Hey, how you doing, guys? Paul Ferrace here. Can't believe it's already been a year since we started this landscape journey. It's been awesome. I've learned so much because I've kind of dove straight in head first. I mean, we started this channel as well just 3 months after I started doing stills. So it's been an awesome learning experience. The community's been great. I just wanted to make this video to show some of my improvements, the growth, and hopefully pass on a few tips and tricks for any new landscape photographers out there. Just keep at it, learn post-processing. But let's jump into the video and see some of the image and see how far we've come. And yeah, I appreciate you coming. If you're new here, please hit that subscribe button. Like, share, and comment as always. I appreciate it, guys. Let's jump into it. All right, let's jump into it. Let's begin in the beginning. All right, at first it was pretty rough. I mean, it's like anything you start, right? I didn't have much going on for compositions. I was mostly doing woodland and beach because I'm near the beach and I have a ton of woodland around my house and area here, so it was easy to practice. Plus woodland's like extremely challenging and it's hard to like find compositions, so that was kind of my goal, to try to learn and improve compositions, because the first shots were so simple. There wasn't really much going on in any of my images. There was no front to back focus or anything like that, so it's just basic landscape photos. And while I had a blast and learned a ton, the first images, like anything you do, just weren't that great. I did have a few good ones that I still like to this day. Actually, one of my first woodland photos is still one of my favorites. I printed it. It has some issues because it was attempting to focus stack and I just hadn't nailed the technique yet, but it still looks good. But overall, I learned a ton at first, and I just jumped into it and took way too many pictures and trying to work out my style and compositions and things like that. It was a blast, but I soon wanted to jump up to some more intermediate techniques. So let's jump into the second set of photos here and I'll talk about it a little more. All right, after about 3 or 4 months, I wanted to start playing with more kind of intermediate techniques. So things like longer exposures, nighttime shots, things like that kind of started interesting me. So I did a lot of those at the beach with like moving water, and we have a great beach here, Marineland, that has tons of coquina rocks. So that gave me a place to like try to practice this, and slowly I started getting better. Actually ended up like quarter second's my favorite when there's like faster moving water, because it still retains some of the texture, but it also gives it that cool ethereal movement feel. So it's very fun to play with, and it's a blast once you start playing with all these fun techniques, because it opens up so much creativity with longer exposures and depth of field, focus stacking, exposure blending, which are advanced techniques that you need to master. But you start playing with them and your eyes get kind of big because it just opens up a whole new world. All right, finally here we started to learn all the advanced techniques by like month 9. I started doing a lot of heavy focus stacking, multi-frame focus stack, and exposure blends. And these are definitely more advanced techniques. I started playing around with panoramas, like panoramas of the Milky Way is awesome. So that's also another advanced one that I was starting to do. Started shooting storms and lightning and things like that, trying to get more drama, atmosphere, and storytelling in my photos. So I love chasing the storms here in Florida, and it's just a blast to capture lightning when you're right on the edge of a big storm. It's so fun. As far as the advanced techniques that I started nailing focus stacking, and started nailing like exposure blending, which is tough to do when you're learning post-processing, because I mean some of those are 10, 15 frame images where you're trying to control every aspect, and it really comes down to post-processing when you start getting better, because the technical side isn't that hard. If you like spend a lot of time learning it, you can nail the technical stuff, and then what separates photographers is how they post-process, or how little or how much, or their style. So the more you can practice, the better you're gonna get. And if you have like a technique like focus stacking you're trying to learn, just keep trying that until you nail it. Like just focus on that. Don't go out and try to get an amazing photo. just go out and try to like nail focus stacking. Hey, thanks for watching. If you're new here, please subscribe. We do in the field adventures and post-processing tutorials, and there's all kinds of learning stuff and entertainment and inspiration. So I appreciate it. If you enjoyed the content, please like, share, and comment. Always appreciated. If you want a landscape photography ebook, I just uploaded that to my website, www.paulfarace.com. So you can go download that for free. I think it's about 15 pages, covers all the basics, and it'll get you started. As always, I appreciate it, and we'll see you next time. Peace.